And today is, I wanted to kind of jump on here and just do a really quick, um, or we'll see how quick it is, who knows. But I wanted to jump on here and do a live stream just to kind of give you guys a heads up on what was happening over here with me. I know that I've had a lot of people who have been sending me messages and saying like, are you okay? Is everything good? Worried, and I appreciate that, quite a bit. So thank you, everybody, for that. No, no. So anyway, and that's what happens when you're home with kids. Um, so I kind of wanted to give everybody an idea of what was going on over here because, it's not terribly exciting. But what ended up happening was, was it almost over a week and a half ago? I ended up getting sick, and it was not the coronavirus or anything. It was the normal flu, but with that normal flu, the normal flu things come with that. So I ended up having to lay in bed for several days and not do anything. It stinks when I have to do things like that. Uh, it's one of those weird things because I am a creative person. This is definitely something that I learned from Prince, is that um, as much as you can, you should be creating. Like that's what life should be. And when I get into, even when I'm sick, even when there's no possible way that I could be working because I am in the bed and I can barely move, I get down on myself because I feel like I should be doing something. So I should be editing a video, recording something, talking to people. I should be writing something. I should be doing something. And it was very hard for me to not do any of those things for almost an entire week. And hello to everybody who is popping in here. Obviously now that we're all self-isolating, there's probably a whole lot of you in here, a whole lot of you who have nothing to do on a Monday afternoon. So I know that's how I am. All my kids are home. My wife is home, and begging for a little bit of quiet while I do a quick live stream. I'm hoping that this continues because it's actually not that bad right now. So, but I am feeling better. Something that did happen though while I was sick was while I was sick. Also, my wife's grandfather passed away, and he was an amazing man. His name was Jack Espinosa, and he was from. His parents were from Cuba, and they immigrated here. He was a stand-up comedian. He was the spokesperson for the sheriff. He did so many things. He was a teacher. He was a writer. Was just such an amazing man. So, for me, a lot of it, I was sad, but obviously, I've known him for, you know, I've known him for, maybe a decade, whereas my wife, it's her grandfather. So, the worst part, honestly, about it all was just that while she was in heavy mourning, I had a fever and was laying in bed sore and had nasty cough and everything. And it was one of those things that it was like, wow, it was really hard to see that and not be able to really do much because I was sick. But I'm feeling better now. I have a little bit of a cough left over. We're getting rid of the leftover flu in my system. But otherwise, I'm mostly better now, except besides, we're still dealing with a bunch of family things. Yeah, so those are the two kind of major life events that have been happening over the last couple of weeks. The other, obviously, is the coronavirus. And the coronavirus not only has been doing a number on everybody, but it's also taking a toll on some of the big things that we were obviously looking forward to in the future. So there was going to be, I think it was a Batman symposium. No, but which one? It was being done by D'Angela Huff, and I was very excited about it. Kanisa, Darling Nisi was going to be there, and I was very excited to watch the live stream of that. That was going to happen in April. That has been postponed. Canceled, I think, is a harsh word, but it's been postponed at least. Then I went ahead and saw that Celebration is also postponed. It's going to be pushed back to um, the fall, is what was said. So we'll see what that means. I know a lot of people are saying that that might mean like Halloweenish or whatever. That's more along like the tail end of the fall, though. I would think that they would do it earlier in the fall. I'm hoping that that doesn't intersect with some of my already existing conventions and gatherings that I already had for the fall. I have one. I always go to Dragon Con every year, and that's Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. I always get Labor Day and Veterans Day, and which one is that weekend? But I have that one, and I have one in October already. So, I'm hoping that this doesn't throw a big wrench in my own planning, because I was planning for June. So, kind of stinks. The last thing is that also the conference, the 78 to 88 conference, that also got canceled, and with good reason. They're saying that you shouldn't have any gatherings with people over 50 people. So, I mean, obviously, unless it's online, we're at 63 people now. If this was a real gathering, this would be very unsafe. So, so, so anyway, yeah, it's just kind of funny that it's kind of just, this whole thing is just kind of tearing through everything, and it's also tearing through a lot of our world and things that we wanted to do. I know that like the MPG, they had to cancel a bunch of dates because they were going to be going on tour, and there's just a bunch of stuff. And then of course, because I got sick, I actually asked my patrons, which was really cool, and I had said, hey, give me a list of songs that you want me to do a sing-along, because I was going to come on and I was going to do like a live stream sing-along. I thought that that would be a lot of fun, and then I would practice the songs and all that stuff. It might be a cappella, but it would be whatever. And then I got sick, and so then my voice is still not there. I would never be able to to hit any notes that are worthy of our guy Prince. So definitely I won't be doing that sing along. Likely not this month. Probably in April I'll end up doing that sing along, because it just seems fun. I occasionally will throw myself singing a song or whatever on my Instagram, and I was just thinking that it would be fun to do something bigger here on YouTube. We'll see what ends up happening with that, but of course now I can't do it because my voice is shot. I can't hit those high notes right now. And oh man, those high notes are I mean, they're the money. Like, why bother singing a Prince song if you're not going to hit the high notes? So I wanted to jump on here and just let everybody know kind of what's going on. And I did have a few videos that I recorded a couple of weeks ago that were supposed to be up last week, or maybe this week if I was feeling better. And we'll see if we end up getting the we'll see if I can get to editing those and getting them up this week. If I can, then awesome. I don't know how much new recording I'm going to be able to do, mostly because I have my kids home, my wife is home, and the house is normally full. Like right now, they're out for a few. So the house is going to be loud and crazy, and I may not get the time to really be able to sit down and record. So we'll see what happens. If I'm not able to sit down and like record proper videos, I might jump on here and there with a live stream topic here and there. But I did want to do some sort of video, about the fact that these things are all being canceled. And so obviously I will be letting you guys know when updates come for new dates and whatnot. Obviously, with new dates, say for Celebration, it's going to end up meaning that there will be different, there may be a change in, the the guests that might be there, because it was going to be more Stay in the Time and the MPG and that K Trinata guy. And, it was going to be them. But what if they set a new date and now they can't come? So, like, it could be that all of these things are going to end up changing along the way. So I guess we'll see what ends up happening with that. I'm happy that they did push it back. And I'm hoping that they use this as an opportunity to hopefully think about adding Shelby J to the roster. I talked about this in the last live stream, I think I did. But that, Shelby J is right now not associated with Celebration, which means no live on the big screen. Obviously, you saw that was not part of the package anymore, but also no Funk Soldiers and nothing for her even solo. And we know that she can do a solo show. I saw her last year at the Capri, and she knocked it out of the park. So here I was kind of hoping that Shelby J would be invited back to be maybe a more prominent part of Celebration. Now, I've only been to 2 celebrations, and Shelby J has been at both of those celebrations, and that's kind of the thing for me, is like she's a little almost like a touchstone for me now. Like, if I go to a celebration and she's not there, it's gonna feel different. It's gonna feel less joyous, because that's how I feel around Shelby J. Shelby J, just like that giant smile she has, and it just beams joy. It's just nice. I'll stop. I'll stop going on and on about Shelby J. Of course, I could do that all day. But what I've been doing in my downtime right now is I've been working on some of my screenwriting. I've been working on some of my game design. I have been working on scripts for the moment when I'm able to record again. So we'll see what ends up happening. But I just want to thank everybody again who said well wishes, who, was reaching out, who has been watching some of my older videos while I've not been posting. I've been sick. So it's been nice to be able to feel that love, even though I haven't been able to post any videos. And I will let you know, like, I've missed you guys so much. I've missed coming on here and, posting things. I mean, it's only been 10 days. It's so crazy, like 10 days without, being active and doing things. And you just don't even realize how big a deal that is for someone like me who, you guys say all the time, like, this channel has helped you guys and everything, but like, I lean on you, I think probably even more so than you guys all lean on me. So I would say that I'm on the mend. I would say maybe a couple more days, and then I will hopefully be at 100%. I did already talk to a doctor, and we went through symptoms and stuff. I definitely do not have the coronavirus, just so everybody knows. And and definitely do not have the coronavirus. None of my rest of my family are showing any symptoms or anything. So we're good to go over here. We're self-isolating. We're not going out. I went to the grocery store the other day and bought a lot of food. And so we're stocked up and we have no reason to leave. We're just going to be here watching movies and just having fun with the family. And, the best part about having this kind of channel and, how much of an impact it has kind of, had on, my life and everything, and, emotionally, definitely, but also financially. Like, it's pretty nice that, like, you guys are still here. You guys are still watching the videos, even though I'm not posting anything new. You guys are still watching it. Take this opportunity to binge stuff. Go for it. Every video you watch or whatever, anytime you watch an ad or whatever, it actually does help me be able to, you know, not have to get up, not have to push myself that much. Um, but yeah, so, and also thank you to all my patrons and YouTube members, because you know y'all are it at this point. Y'all are making it, you know, so much. You guys are making it feasible for me to not have to be, you know, here being like, "Welcome to Princess Friend," you know, because like I don't have to. I can take a quick break, and you know my entire, you know, all my bills will still get paid. So it's kind of a big deal. You know what's weird is that I'm noticing is that this patch right here in my mustache, this is actually, it's an odd thing that I've noticed in a couple of other videos, and this is very weird, but like it's like a patch of like blonde, almost like going gray hair. So it doesn't show up in the camera all that well, but there is hair there. It's so weird. Anyway, it's just weird that it's not showing up. So it looks like I like I, you know, like, oh no, like that's bad. But like there's hair there. You know, it's weird. Anyway, what what I'd like to do, I'm gonna go through here real quick and just see if there's any questions that you guys have been throwing out that you know, you have for me to answer. Let me see. Did you hear about the Prince party at Crowbar in Ybor? I have not. I'll have to look into that if after coronavirus. um, and hello to everybody. Thank you so much for coming to, you know, the live stream here. The whole country is shut down. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Anyone know any easy Prince songs I could learn on guitar now that I'm stuck in my house? The Cross is pretty easy. That's one I've been practicing right now. I don't really know any others. I'm very, very novice when it comes to uh, the guitar. But I'm actually taking this time now, too, to kind of bone up a little bit more on my guitar. We'll see what happens. So let's see here. I don't have a Kitten Play. You're silly. I don't have a Kitten Play thing going right now. It's just that I haven't. This is my hair when I haven't put any product in it. So it's puffy. But if I put product in it, it would curl up and it would get short again. It's pretty cool, actually. Let's see. So yeah, no coronavirus for me. Thank you. I'm glad nobody noticed this weird thing, but there is hair there. It's just weird. Shakira, you received your shirt and you love it. Awesome. Oh, that's right, because you got the one of me, the cartoon me. That one, I really like that design. Shakira is talking about the t-shirts. If you look below this video or the link, there's a link in the description, I think. But if you go to Teespring, there we have a store that has some t-shirt designs and stuff, which are pretty cool. Do I get paid sick leave? So I am self-employed, and so no. I don't get paid sick leave. That's kind of the thing, right? Is I am a writer, so I get paid for writing things, which I haven't been able to do. But since I have already written things, I have books out. I have a, you know, reoccurring income that just kind of comes from books that I've written. Same thing with the YouTube. Same thing with the Patreon. You know, the way that we have that set up is, you know, I get paid not a lot from YouTube, but then I also get money from Patreon, and the two of those kind of balance each other out and make it, you know, so my two jobs right now are YouTube and writing. So that's kind of where that's where I'm at this point. So no, I have no paid sick leave. My wife does. So she's, you know, she's taken a few days off. So she's, you know, home, and, you know, she's trying to I mean, right now she's on bereavement, but I think when bereavement is done, she may end up going back to work. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to talk with her about that. How did I learn to sing? You've always wondered. That's a good question, Red Ninja. I learned to sing by singing Prince, quite literally. And I would listen to the same song over and over again. I would listen to the same part, and I would practice a lot because I always wanted to be able to sing like Prince. So singing like Prince is a huge, huge vocal exercise to be able to pull off his songs. And I used to be able to do it much better. I think when I was younger and my voice wasn't so deep, and I know my voice isn't deep, but just imagine it used to be less deep than it is now. So, but yeah, it is kind of hard to hit some of those. As a grown man, it's hard to hit some of those high notes if you're not constantly practicing and trying to get them. And I can still hit some of them, like "Love to the Nines" is still incredibly difficult. Although I used to be able to pull it off every time. Nowadays, it's like, oh, it's hard. I can still do it sometimes. Sometimes, and other times, my voice just cracks and breaks, and I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm not doing that one. So, good question though. Yeah, just singing Prince for 30 years. That's how you do it. Just went to Paisley Park. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Remember to go look at the meme. I did look at the meme, Rico. I looked at the meme. It's on the Facebook page. I looked at it. I hit a like on it. It's funny. That was a funny one. Oh gosh. Neil Child, do you think your brother has it, so you're shutting yourself in your room? Definitely. Also, if you think he has it, he should go get tested to see if he has it. That's kind of the thing right now is, or don't even go get tested. Like, even just call your doctor and ask them to just say, like, here are my symptoms. Should I come in? That's actually the thing is I actually called my doctor and I talked to the on-call doctor because it was over the weekend. My doctor wasn't available. And I said, here are my symptoms. This is kind of what's going on. And the doctor's like, well, it doesn't sound like you have coronavirus, because if you did, you'd have the shortness of breath, you would have a persistent fever, and you would probably have a cough. And I was like, I do have a cough. And they're like, yeah, but you have just the cough. You don't have the other things. And I'm like, okay. And, but even what the doctor said is, if you come in and you get tested and we know that you now have the coronavirus, well, then the prescription that we give you is to go home and stay away from people, because there is no vaccine, there is nothing, there's no treatment, there's nothing you can do if you do have the coronavirus at this point. So they were like, don't waste your time coming in, because of course, because even if you do have it, there's nothing that they can actually do. So it's kind of crazy. I'm so sorry. So with that means I've talked too much, and now my voice is I'm going to start coughing a bunch. So with all of that said, would I ever consider moving to the Minneapolis area? I have considered it several times. We have a house here in Florida. We would have to sell it, and we'd have to find a new house and all that stuff. Maybe one day, maybe after the kids go to California to college or whatever, whenever the kids are out of the house, maybe. Otherwise, I think I'm going to go ahead and end that here. Again, I appreciate everybody who came on this Monday afternoon. You were hanging out with me while I'm coughing in your ears. I apologize for that. I want to thank all of my patrons and YouTube members. If you want to know how you can support the channel more by going and becoming a patron or a YouTube member, check the description. There are links to those in there. Again, that helps me, especially in times like this where, I'm not able to create right now because, stuff is happening. On top of the other, worldwide stuff that's happening, I have a whole bunch of other stuff happening here. So it's really helpful. So I appreciate you all. And like I said, this is a good time to binge. And I'm going to try and get maybe a video or two out this week that I've previously recorded. If not, I'm going to try and definitely get stuff ready for the following week. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much. You liked my cover of Solo. That was hard. And it was when I wasn't as confident. So I recorded it separately, but I couldn't sing it into the camera because then that would feel weird. And I don't know, it's weird. But don't forget to follow us on social media. It's at Princess Friend YT. That's for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And check out princessfriend.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna go and get some water, and and may you live to see the dawn. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Definitely. And I will see you guys later.